What's up, guys? If you are new to sports card investing, this can be your favorite new side hustle if you do it right, or it can be a very expensive lesson in what not to do in life if you do it wrong. Since coming back to sports cards just a couple months ago, I've noticed 5 mistakes that I've made as well as other investors make that you've got to avoid at all costs if you want to make money and have fun in this world. Now, if you successfully avoid these fatal mistakes, you'll not only succeed as a sports card investor, but you'll have all the tools to succeed in real estate investing as well as investing in the stock market. Stay tuned to the end because mistake number 5 is highly underrated, but is absolutely critical. Welcome back. Now let's get to work. Mistake number 1 is wanting to be an investor, but thinking like a collector. Collectors are in this world because of emotional attachment. Collectors love collecting a player or a certain card or a series, and it's not logical. It's not really numbers based. It's all about the enjoyment of the hobby, and they're so critical to this world because without collectors, investors don't really have a person to sell to at the end of it. So we need both investors and collectors, but especially collectors. Now, I consider myself investor first, collector second, meaning there are certain players and certain cards that I want for my own PC or personal collection, but the majority of the time I'm thinking, how can I have money in this? How can I flip? How can I have the fun? Because my excitement comes from the investment side way more than the collection side. But if you want to come in as an investor and make money in this, you've got to be able to tap into how a collector thinks, but ultimately think as an investor. The second mistake is gambling, but calling it investing. For example, if you are buying packs, you are gambling. You do not know what's inside. So the only way that would be investing is if you hold on to the packs, you hold on to the boxes, and you sell at a higher return or a higher price in the future, but that's also based on believing in a certain class and having information to back that up. If you just buy a box, rip it open and call that investing, that's literally gambling. That's going to Vegas and saying, here's a slot machine, I'll throw in money and I'm gonna receive more. You can, but that is gambling, that is hoping. If you're buying a card because everyone else is talking about a card and you pay a lot for it now because it was worth less 2 weeks ago, and you assume it'll keep going up like that, that's also gambling. You have to have your reasons to why you believe a certain player, a certain card, a certain set will go up in value in the future. If not, don't fool yourself. You are gambling, you are feeding into the hype versus basing your decisions off of merit and based off of what will make sense in the future. So when you listen to podcasters, YouTubers like myself, I listen to friends, and they're all talking about a player or a card, that to me is gambling because if everyone knows about it, it's just like in the stock market. When your grandma knows about a good stock, it's already too late. The strategy, the mindset, that is what you should be taking. The actual cards, by the time you hear it, it's already over. People have already heard it, have jacked up the price, and then you're there to buy it in hopes that someone else hears that same information that you did just a week later. The third mistake is over leveraging or biting off more than you can chew. We're seeing that right now with people that have bought watches and vacations and big homes and fancy cars. And now, this quarantine, their jobs have disappeared, their income has gone, and now they have to liquidate, they have to cut back, and they did not expect this. If you are having to buy a card knowing that you have to sell it at a certain price at a certain date to be okay and not have it affect your other bills or your other income, you are over leveraging. If you are buying a card on a credit card and you cannot pay it off every month, that is over leveraging. This needs to be out of disposable income, and you have to be able to say, if all the cards go to zero, yeah, it would suck tremendously, but I'll be okay. If you're not gonna be okay, then either number one, this is your primary business and this, like you have a business license and this is your income stream, and that's one thing. But for most of us, this is something we're doing on the side, in which case we can't allow any downfall in the sports card market to affect the rest of our life. This needs to come out of disposable income that we want to set aside. We're not cashing out our 401ks. We're not risking our career or our job or our family or anything like that. If that is all on the line, if you're using a credit card and you can't pay it off or it's affecting other things, you are over leveraging yourself. And I really encourage you to take a step back, plug the holes in your ship right now so that you could use abundance. You could use extra overflow to invest in sports cards. As a certified finance coach here in LA, this is what I deal with clients all the time is I over leveraged. I bought a car I know I shouldn't have. I just bought a $2.2 million house and my husband lost his job, or my show got canceled, or whatever else. This needs to come from overflow, period. The fourth biggest mistake is being cocky. Now, I hate cocky people. That's just me. But the point is that when you can back it up, that's great. When you are so confident in your own belief that you stop learning and exploring and working, that's when it's unhealthy, right? So confidence is Floyd Mayweather, it's Conor McGregor, it's Michael Jordan, it's Kobe Bryant. They are confident, but they are known for their work ethic. They are humble enough to continue to learn from coaches, to learn from whatever videos, whatever footage, whatever techniques. But cockiness is, hey, I got in this industry, I made some money to begin with, and it's gonna keep going like this, and I don't have to learn, I don't have to adapt. And anyone like that, whether it's real estate or stocks, any industry, if you see early success, it can be one of the most dangerous things, because then you get lazy, you coast, and you're not on top of the ball. And if when you're coasting, that means someone that's behind you in second place, third place, they're the ones that are driving extra hard. They're working extra hard. You think of those runners that finish these long marathons and they just kind of relax at the last second, and then you see that second place runner haul ass and beat him for first. It's the first runner who lost that race, not the second one that won it. The first one let their foot off the pedal. So whatever you're doing in life and in this industry, if you start making money, if you start seeing success, congratulations. I'm starting to see a bit of it myself, but that means I need to work even harder, learn even more, because I cannot assume it'll continue. Number 5, and here is the big one. You've got to find your fun. And it's not just this la-di-da Hallmark movie, Disney movie type of thing. This needs to be fun, because guess what? There are a lot of ways to make money, and this is not the primary one. People don't get into sports cards because there's a lot of money to be made in sports cards. You get into real estate like I did to make money. And when you realize this isn't your passion, you don't work as hard. And when you don't work as hard, you can't put in those extra hours to do some study work, to see what card is gonna be next, what player is on the rise, all these things. When that is fun for you, you will do well in this, because work won't be work. It will be enjoying fun after hours. It will just be more time to enjoy yourself. And look, I'm 33. I've gone through my string of trying jobs, trying careers, and chasing money, chasing something that's glamorous or respectable. And it really just ends up being something that short term you might make money, you might think you're happy, but like Gary Vee says, find your happiness. When this is fun, like it is for me, then you will give so much effort, you will really dive in. And there's so many different niches where maybe raw cards isn't your thing, maybe graded cards aren't your thing, maybe breaking is more of your thing, maybe it's collecting, whatever it is. There are a dozen different ways to get involved with sports cards, but having fun is a must, because if it's not a must, you might last for 6 months, you might last for a year, you might develop a decent business and make some money, but you'll always be looking to escape. Find your fun. If you avoid these 5 big mistakes, you are well on your way to becoming a successful sports card investor. Now, if you'd like to learn more in depth on how to actually start your sports card investing journey, stay tuned for my next video where I'll show you how you can start making money and having fun. So this isn't something that just you do for a couple months and then you bail. I'll see you over there. Have a good one.